favorite importation coach. I know it's been a while. So today I want to rant. Yeah, because I think last week or so when I had we had a consultation / training session, and asked for questions, and then a couple of questions kept popping up over and over. So many persons were asking these questions over and over. So I decided to make this video to address them in the best way I can, okay? And then I have them written. So one of them is people keep asking, okay, so I've done the training, how much can I use as my startup capital? Like, how much can I use to start the business? And I want to answer you as honest as I can. Now, that question, how much can I use to start my business, is relative, because there is no one capital that goes for everybody. Let me give an example. Somebody that wants to start business of shoes and bags, the person's capital is going to be different for somebody that wants to start importing laptops and phones. I believe you understand what I mean. So before you can answer that question, or before I can answer that question for you, I need to first know the niche. You need to have a niche. You need to have an interest, to tell, so that I can use that to have an idea. Even if you tell me, okay, I want to deal on phones or laptops, I still need to know the model, because there are some laptops that can go for as low as 50,000 naira, and some laptops, some brands that the minimum is 100 and above. So basically, the more expensive the item you want to go into is, the more your startup capital. So your capital is totally dependent on the niche of products you want to go into. So I believe I've answered that. So even in hair, for example, before I can say, okay, you need this amount to go into hair importation, I need to first know what type of hair do you want to go into. Some people don't even understand when I say grade. Now, there are different grades, from grade 7A to 13 or whatever grade now, to virgin hair, to human hair, to single donor hair. So one rule of thumb I use in explaining to people, especially for the hair people, what I do is that I ask them, okay, how much would you comfortably sell a wave hair or a straight hair of 20 inches? So the amount they tell me would make me know, oh, okay, this is the grade of hair this person wants to go into or not. So basically, what determines your capital is your niche. So if you can get your niche, understand how much they sell that item, you need to have, if for example it's shoes and bags, you need to have like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 different types of bags, and then each of the type you can have 2 colors, just to make it plenty, because you cannot just have 1 or 2 pieces of items that you're selling in your shop. You need to have, to a certain extent. So then things like consumer goods, these small items, there are some items that if you want to start them, you can use as low as 50,000 naira. Now, you heard me, 50,000 naira. I didn't say 20,000 naira. The truth is that there are very few type of items now you can actually, given the current rate and everything, there are little kind of items you can actually import. When I say import, I mean purchasing, shipping and clearance, that it's going to be 20,000, 30,000 is going to be enough, except you want to buy just few of that item. You understand me? But if you're already into importation and you just want to buy a particular item, you can buy that kind of item, some things like maybe belts, eyeglasses, small kind of wristwatches. 20,000 naira can fetch you like 5, but you cannot have 5 pieces of an item or 10 pieces of an item, something like that, and you say you want to start your importation business. So that is one. So the last time we talked about how much to start goods, your startup capital for people that want to start the business new. If you've not seen that clip, I think the post before this one, and then for my YouTube, I think everything is going to be in one. So now we're going to talk about people that say, I hear this a lot of times. I hear people saying, hey, I'm looking for lightweighted items. I'm looking for lightweighted items. They want to import only lightweighted items. Now my question is, the heavy items you're seeing in your country, in Nigeria, in Ghana, how did they come? People imported them. So basically, I don't want to make this video long. You don't have to be, especially if your niche. There are some people that their niche automatically are heavy. You cannot run away from it. You're selling shoes and bags, so when you see a very good shoe that you would sell well, you will not import the shoe because it's heavy. So you're looking for lightweighted, when you know that even lightweighted shoes may not even be original, except this plastic or styrofoam sneakers and all those things. You don't have to run away from heavy items. You don't have to run away from heavy objects. You don't have to run away from heavy goods. That's not true, because everything, almost everything that is in Nigeria, for example, they are all imported. So instead of you running away from heavy items or looking for lightweighted items, I would suggest you change your method of shipping. I mean, there are different methods and different options to shipping, because what is the lightweightedness, or the reason you're looking for lightweighted items, it's not because you don't want to import the goods, it's not because they are expensive, it's because you're running away from shipping fee, right? So the only thing that can help you is try to change or make an alternative to your shipping method. If, for example, you're shipping air, you can opt for sea, right? The reason you are doing that is because probably you want to ship everything via sea and air, and I understand, because by the time you calculate it, it's looking expensive. But the difference between you, how to make your price competitive to both Balogu and both Onitsha or Aba, anywhere they are selling at wholesale, the difference is just their method of shipping. Let me tell you, two things make your items cheaper than the other person. We are all buying from China. We may likely even be buying from one vendor. Two things make it less cheaper than the other person. Number one is your method of shipment. If you use C is the all-time cheap. So if you want your item to be competitive to the other person or to people that are high importers, ship via C. That is the cheapest method of shipment. And then the second one is that you're buying in quantity. When you buy quantity, you have bargaining power. You can actually tell the vendor, oh, give me this price or sell it lower for me. These are basically the two things that make it look as if the other person is selling cheaper than you. But the good thing is that even those items that you're considering to be heavy, there are people that are selling it, importing via air, and they are selling. So what I used to tell my clients is, depending on your power, your strength, your capital, your money, your fund with you, you can actually do it two ways. You can import some items via air, and then if you can wait, you can also import others via sea. So what they do is that you would, if you have the capital, you buy your goods, like every month, you put goods in the sea. So every two months or every other month, before you run out of goods for this month, this other goods is also coming via sea. If the sea is also heavy, there's another one, the one that is a combination of sea and air. It's a little bit, it's cheaper than pure air shipments, but it takes a little bit longer time, about 6 weeks or thereabout. But you can also opt for that one. It will also make it cheaper. Say for now, I think air might be about $10 or $11 per kg, shipping and clearance combined. But the air and sea may be about $6.5 or $7 per kg. So you see the difference. So it's another alternative for you. So please stop running away from heavy items and you're looking for cheap. You can't always buy cheap. If you're looking for lightweighted items, you might be buying things that are not. You might be buying I don't know how to put it, but there is no way for you to really, you want to be an importer, and then every time you're looking for lightweighted items is not realistic, except you just want to be anything that lightweighted. You don't have a niche, because every niche, even if you're in kitchen utensil niche, there are some that are heavy. For example, this silver crest blender is quite heavy. So you cannot say because do you know how much they sell that silver? Let me use it as an example now. Silver crest blender goes between 20 to 40,000, different places, depending on how the person imported, right? So now that silver crest blender is about 7,000 naira, or worst case, let's say 10,000 naira, depending on the exchange rate. It is actually the shipping fee. That blender is about 3 kg, 2 kg thereabout, 1.52 kg. So you're seeing that even the shipping alone is about 15,000, 10 to 15,000. This is why it's expensive. Whereas in using C to import it, it's not even up to zero. Just let's say 0.1 or 0.07 CBM, which if you calculate the cost, it may be less than 10,000 or even 5,000 or thereabouts. So this is how much sea shipping, or the difference in shipment, how they will actually affect your landing cost. That will also, tell how much you're going to sell your item. If you go to, I cannot overemphasize on this lightweightedness. One thing I've understood about us is that because you're the one importing the goods, you know how much it costs for everything to come. You know how much you bought it. You know how much you use the shipping and clearing. You know how much. I think that is the problem we're having here. We're not focusing on the two major things, which are how much did I buy, how much am I going to sell, which will amount to how much profit I will make. If you go to Lagos, for example, to buy an item, they told you this thing is, let's say, 1,000 naira. What you'll be asking yourself is, this thing I'm buying 1,000 naira, can I sell it for 1.5, 1.2, or how much profit you want to make. If your answer is yes, that you can sell it for 1.5 or 1.2, what do? You just buy it 1,000, and then your concern is how much you're going to sell and how much profit you're going to make. But because we are inside, or we are involved with the shipping and the clearance and every fee responsible for the landing cost, it becomes a problem. When you go to buy that item for 1,000, you don't stop at asking the man or the woman selling, so please, this thing you're selling 1,000, please, inside of this money now, how much will my own shipping fee be? And how much is the purchase? The man might, that thing that he sold 1,000, it could be that he bought it for 200 naira, for example, and then he used 500 naira to ship and clear it. Yes, then he decided to sell for 1,000, meaning his landing cost is 700, and then he's selling with 800, and then he's selling for 200 naira. You don't know. He knows, because I've told you, there are videos, a previous video I've made, I said that there is importation transaction falls under 2 categories. It's either it is purchase fee intensive, or it is logistics fee intensive. And I said that purchase fee are the items you buy more expensive compared to how much you use in shipping them. Whereas logistics fee intensive are products that you buy cheaper but you spend more to import them. I gave us an example. I said hair is a purchase fee intensive product because it's lightweighted compared to how much you can buy hair of as much as 1 million naira, but you're going to be using, let's say, even 50,000, 100,000 to ship and clear, because of it doesn't have weight. Whereas laptops, the same thing goes to laptops. Laptops are expensive compared to the weight. You can buy a laptop of 200,000, you're using 20,000 to import, to ship and clear. But things like shoes and bags, these are things that are relatively cheap in China. Even that blender, for example, if you want to go and ship your goods, they don't ask you how much you bought it. Their concern is the weight. This thing now, I bought it for, I think, maybe 150, 200 days water, but the weight from what I'm carrying is almost 1 kg. If I have to ship this thing now from China to Nigeria, I'm going to be spending about 4,000, 5,000 naira to ship it, despite the fact I bought it for 200 naira. That is how shipping is. But if I want to now make it economical, I will say, okay, let me ship it via sea. Okay, so I believe we're clear. So focus on, that is why I talk about calculating the landing cost of your item even before you ship. Do not see any item and ignore or completely write it off when you have not done your estimation, when you have not done your market, so when you've not checked if that item is actually profitable or not. Any item you see, regardless of the weight, I have videos on explaining to you how to get the weight of an item on any link. So any item you see, before you write it off, calculate the landing cost of the item. The weight can be gotten. I have videos on that. Calculate the landing cost of the item. Do market survey. Don't just calculate and end there. Do market survey in the markets you're selling. How much is that item? Check from your landing cost. Are you going to make profit? If you are going to make profit, please go for it. Forget about people that are looking for lightweighted items. If not, you'll just be one place. You'll be selective in your selling. You won't really maximize your niche. All right, so the next one, we're going to be talking about people that are always looking for trendy products. They will chat me, I need trendy products. I need trendy products that are selling. Why are you looking for trendy products? It's human being like me and you that made them to trend. So why are you looking for trendy products? Do you know that there is a 60-50% chance that before a product trends, for you to know, the demand has already started falling. Even if the demand is not falling, the profitability is already falling. Because the more people know a product, the more people import it. Take, for example, Unipels. When we did not know, 2019, when we didn't know much about Unipels, some people were selling it for 2,000, three pearls, 5,000, that's it cleans. But people knew it and ran into it, and then before you know it, 20 pearls, people started selling 100 naira, 150. That is something that was sold for 2,000 naira. Why? Because a lot of people ran into it. So before people started knowing the trendiness of Unipels, people that first knew it cashed out with it, and then when these other people came, it just crashed the market. So instead of looking for trendy products, understand me, instead of looking, I'm not saying you shouldn't look for trendy products and invest in it. No. If you see a trendy product and you feel is within your niche, but do not limit yourself to trendy products. Rather, what I tell my staff, my clients, and my students is, look for products that solve a problem. Find the problem within your locality. Problem you hear people talk about. Problem in your house. Sometimes I find products based on my problem. I could, like, when I knew something about mosquito net, because I used to be like, I wish there was a net I could put that is not the normal carpenter type that didn't look really nice. And then I started looking for it. I went there, searched for, of course I converted it to Chinese, searched for mosquito net, and voila, it came. Magnetic mosquito net. So China has lots of, they are good with personal home improvement items. You will be amazed at how many you would see. Just so search with problem. So even if you don't know the item, you've never seen it before, search with problem. So before people will start knowing it and before it will start trending, the few people that just discover that item would cash out from it. And then most times, another secret is if you figure out such item, if you can brand it, if you have the money, brand it. And I'll explain why. As it is trending, it is your name they will start using. Let's say, for example, what happened in Unipost Clean Point. You know that the people I was importing from, the vendors, the manufacturers I bought from, were people producing for Clean Point. Yes. But as at that time, people were always telling me I want Clean Point. Why? Because Clean Point was among the first people that discovered that item and then they branded it. So that is the power of early branding. When you early brand an item you discovered, it makes it difficult for people to derail from your products. They will be thinking that the next ones coming might be fake and then only yours is the real one. So look for products that solve a problem. Try it in the market. The good thing is that most of these links have videos that explain how these items go. So before it becomes a market thing, you yourself that invented it or that figured it out or that came across it would have cashed out. And any other product or any other brand coming in, people will be thinking, no, this is the one I know because it's the one they first saw. So they'll be thinking those other ones are fake when they might even be the same people just because you branded it. So this is a secret. So what am I saying in the essence? Do not just be looking for trendy product, because as you're looking for trendy product, 1,000,001 other people are looking for trendy products. Imagine if 1,000 persons imported a particular item within a particular week. Do you think you will not be able to sell the way you think you sell because it will be everywhere? So before a product starts trending, it's possible that it is almost getting to the crashing point because everybody has already known it. When the supply of a thing is too much, the demand starts falling because it's not everywhere. People like things that are scarce. So do an extensive search in your niche. Use problem to find products. It makes it easier. Okay. All right. So these are the three questions I had, and I wanted to attend to them, and I believe I've done justice to them. So you that is watching me, if you have other questions, if you have questions related to importation, China importation, or anything, drop it in the comment section, or you can just reach me out on WhatsApp with the number on the screen. And yes, for people asking, I have a full course around how to build a profitable importation business, which is this. The course is an all-in-one, especially for those who are trying to, let's say you were new. I talked about in the second challenge about lightweighted items and all those stuff. I was talking about SEMDA, which is basically the summary of what your importation business should be like. How to search, how to estimate landing costs, how to do market survey, how to decide on your profit and all those things. Now, I mentioned that I'm going to make a full course centered around it. Actually, when it comes to people that have imported your goods before, you don't know how to allocate your prices. Maybe you imported different goods, you don't know how to calculate the prices or allocate it among all your items. I have a course that centers around that. And also for people that they want to start this importation business, or they're already into the business, but they want to have a pre-order or a wholesale group, but they don't know how to go about it. You've not perfected your calculations, you don't know how to calculate, so you don't make mistakes. This course is for you. It's open now. It's on, I think throughout this month I'm just doing a slash amount on the course, and after this month the price goes up. So I will advise you to get it. And after the course, your access to me doesn't end with the course. Even as you're taking the training or as you're taking the course, if you're having questions, you can always ask me. So if you're interested also, the number is there. Give us a call. Our Instagram handles are there. Our Facebook is there. My personal WhatsApp, direct WhatsApp line is also there. Give me a call, and of course we'll work out something together. That your importation business have been stagnant, we'll work it out. What is the problem? Tell me. All right, thank you so much, and once again, it's Lydia, your favorite importation coach. See you next time. bye.